Hello, anybody there? Please say words. Please say words. Please say words. Okay. Let's. I don't know. I don't want to have. Is it a better? Like, is it not buffering? Hi, it worked. I ended up resetting my router. I tried doing that, so hopefully we won't have any more issues with it. Um, so we'll see how it goes, right? Hello, everybody, or the 3 people in chat. Welcome to my channel, Baby Jane 3434, Baby Jane, and reconcile. Okay, so we're gonna start a list. Yes, you can still get a reading. I'm only gonna do a few because I'm not, in case this stream ends up dying. If I don't get to you, we will do another stream tomorrow. But it's it's already like 11:45. Who else? Oh yeah, that's one of my many creations. One of the many that I've got a whole like wall full out in my living room, and I also have a bunch hanging down. So I do create them. Been working on some different ones, different designs that are non-traditional, like they're double hoops and they're like kind of like a globe almost. So yeah, so I've been working on those ones. So I make them, made to order, ship anywhere, ship all around the world for all I care. So it all depends on what kind of design you want or whatever, but I do actually make them for people and custom made to order. They're not, pre-designed and then shipped, whatever one is the vibration that I get for the person. I create their dream catcher based on their energy. I don't work on them when I'm angry. I don't work on them when I'm having like a mood difference. I work with them when I'm actually in like a meditative kind of cool state to get kind of direction for the design. If I feel that the creator is not giving me the design, I'll wait on it until it's actually made, and it's custom made for your energy. It's not just for dreams. When I make them as a spiritual connector for yourself. You can connect with the universal energy with protection. Everything goes into them. I design them that way, so you get your all-in-one kind of dream catcher when I make them. So, and I am First Nation, so added bonus, you guys get me for the shamanistic parts, right? So yeah, so I don't make them just for dreams because things change for everybody. We get older and we have different needs. I still put them for a dream catcher for the spiritual protection part. And it's up to you to kind of put your energy into them. When you actually receive the dream catcher, you smudge it, you clear my energy out to a certain level of protection for the shipping and everything, but then you put your energy and mix it in, right? So you have that connection, right, with the creator. For the person that was asking me, and I had asked about that reconciliation, I think you're going to be suffering some heartbreak. That doesn't have to be. So you may be feeling that that heartbreak is not going to have to continue. It's going to kind of do a U-turn for you. So there could very well be a reconciliation happening for you, because we have it in reverse. So focus on the positive. If this is a reconciliation that you do want, focus on it and make sure that it's something that you are willing to accept, the good and the bad with the relationship. If that's the situation going on with you currently. Okay, so the reconciliation is there, the positive, the energy or the template to have that reconciliation happen. It's up to you to provide your energy into it if that's something that you really want to have. Okay, so focus your positive intentions. Don't think about all that extra stuff, right? No, Joanne's was we're gonna reconnect with her again when she shows up, if she comes back, right? So somebody's starting a new journey. Somebody is going to be starting down a new path, a new experience. There's a lot of things going on for people as a whole in the room. We're just waiting to see if Joanne shows back up, the person that I was doing the reading for before we got cut off last time. So somebody's going to be starting the new journey. right? So let's see, what other messages can I just kind of generally give right now? What other messages are coming through for the collective currently while we wait for other people to show up? Burdens, struggles, if you're pushing, you're getting resistance for whatever you're working hard against. Try to kind of lessen that load so you're not having to push so hard directly at whatever you're trying to achieve, right? This is a masculine, this is the masculine deck. It was kind of funny because when I did, I was sitting down and I was meditating, asking my guides to, kind of balance this energy and figure out which one is better suited. So I have my masculine or my feminine deck, which is my witch's tarot that, kind of takes on a feminine energy. And it was really weird because the next, within an hour, it was like I looked at the cards and all of a sudden it was like, I don't want to treat you as a man. Like, that's not what I was asking, but if that's what spirit wants, and that's what spirit gets, so they want to be masculine. They want to be the masculine energy complementing the female energy. So we have the feminine and we have the masculine. So a couple of readings we can do. If you want to kind of get in touch with the masculine side of things, or if you want to get in touch with the feminine side of things, those options are available to you guys. So, that's kind of how they decided it. So that's what I'm going with, right? So it's whatever they decide, it's up to them. It's their, their energy that, is being given. So, you have the options, I make it available and a little bit different than the average Joe. But you watch now, everybody like a year almost. And I was the only one that was doing live streams, and now it's like everybody's kind of doing the live stream thing. I don't know if it's just me. I've noticed that more and more ever since I've been doing them. So, whether they automatically, as soon as they do I hope that they polish their skills. Yeah, so, who's to say? Here I'm just providing my, my skill set that, I've been kind of, not using for, so many years, because so many people were just like, oh, you can't believe in that stuff. It's not real, this and that, you're crazy, you're losing your mind, you don't know what you're talking about. And then they'll come back and be like, what? Like, seriously? Well, how did you know? And so yeah, I'm here providing it, right? So it creates an addiction for people. Yeah, it probably does. It creates, I wouldn't really say that getting clarity and information that's going to better suit your life an addiction. I would rather have somebody experiencing life to the full potential than somebody that's, struggling and finding that burden hard to carry sometimes, right? So if I can help in any such way with somebody and their potential, I would rather see them achieve as well, right? Just common, caring and compassion that I have for people, right? So. All right, so, well, thank you, Baby Jane. I appreciate the compliments. Don't forget, you guys have to subscribe and everything that, so you get notified when the actual readings happen, right? So, who's next on the list is Baby Jane, I guess. Babies are sleeping right here, so we're gonna try to, actually 4 years. This is getting close for me and my person. I've been struggling for 2 years or more. Sometimes that struggle, it's like going to the gym and working out, and you just might not see the result because you're so used to looking at it from that perspective that, if you, kind of step away from that perspective and take off the rose-colored glasses, you may see it in a different light. Try to see it, change your, like, how I try to explain this to people is, people get so caught up in the way that they're perceiving things. Like, what you're seeing doesn't necessarily mean what's going on. Like, you may have it all confused, is what I'm feeling. Because when you're standing in a room, okay, think about this, you guys. When you're standing in like a square, One person standing here, one person standing here. The perception and what you're perceiving is not the same as the other person. So you're not going to have that direct connect unless you're standing right behind them, kind of looking over their shoulder. Only then can you see their perception. You know what I mean? You're not going to always see eye to eye. You may see eye to eye, like on a physical level, like, but on a mental or spiritual level, you may not be perceiving it the way that they're understanding it. You know, like we stand in that room and we're looking at them, but they're looking at us, and their perception, what they're seeing behind us, could be totally different than, you know, what we're seeing behind us. We're not continually having to spin our heads around to see what their point of view is, right? So you got to think about that as well when you're, you know, kind of evaluating your situations, right? I'm giving you guys all my little secrets, you know, to kind of help you guys a little bit further. So that's the tip for the day: is don't take your perspective as the only perspective. Okay. Mega Flare Mike. Hi, Mega Flare Mike. Welcome to the candle night. Candlelight dinner. You know, or no, I'm just kidding. Candlelight readings is what's happening. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Baby Jane. In regards to this union that is coming. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Baby Jane and her union, for her partner, the connection that she is currently in. Is there something or messages that maybe she needs to know, or direction? Good news. You got a few messages. You haven't been connecting with your guides lately. They have a lot to say. Oh, you might be getting a longer reading than... Okay. It's good. You know, some things that, you know, you need to know to make this kind of work in your favor. You guys are definitely matched together, but you're, like I said, you're both kind of up and down. That's, you know, complimenting. You're the king and queen energy, so there is a definite, you know, compatibility there for the both of you. I don't feel that the union is coming right now. Although you have the wheel of the year, but I think that's more on a personal level for you. Trying to juggle a relationship and whatever else is going on possibly for you, or what might arise, is kind of wearing on you, I think, with the Two of Pentacles. The juggle of maybe your energy and his energy is kind of, you know, getting a little bit off balance a little bit, or you're, you know, you're kind of missing the beat to get that kind of flowing again. Not really wanting to work on the knowledge part of things, understanding it for what it is, sitting back, reflecting on it, you know, kind of expressing yourself in a better manner. I think the way that you're expressing yourself, you're having difficulties expressing your feelings or the direction that you want to take this in. You know, with the Four of Wands, the celebration is in, the Four of Wands is in reverse. So, you know, that little, you know, girlfriend weekend away, or girlfriend that you're going to spend with girlfriends is going to kind of get tossed in the corner, meaning it's not going to happen right away. You know, it is in reverse. It's showing in your cards so that there will be like a celebration, but just not at this time. The manifestation of creating yourself to the best of your ability right now, I think, is what you need to focus on to balance that energy. I'm feeling like he's got his kind of point of view is he can't really afford to be giving so much right now. He may be, you know, not having the kind of funds to be able to pay for a wedding or to have a wedding happening right now. You know, and trying to manifest what you want and what you want to create is hard when you're having a disconnection from what you guys are really trying to move forward with in that direction of a union, right? So I think it's taking a step back and really, doing your homework, getting the understanding of how much it's going to cost, working out the financial aspects of, what it's going to cost you for all the details, the fine details. Because if you want this to be manifesting this to be a wedding of the year kind of energy, what you want to have for the wedding, right? Um, but I think that he's kind of looking at his, he's looking at his pinnacle, right? If you look at him, he's kind of looking down going, okay, this is, the abundance part I can't really kind of do right now. So maybe that's, he doesn't want to say that though. Maybe he's having a hard time expressing that he wants to be able to offer that, but just can't right at the moment. And that maybe that's kind of putting a stress on your relationship. Like the miscommunication and not being able to provide enough for you. You know what I mean? Like he's got this and this, trying to work with the magician, right? So he's got, they're above and below. So he's trying to manifest and just kind of feeling off of his game. Um, wanting to provide the perfect situation, the wheel of the year. So, this could be like within the year, coming forward for you. The bonus part is that you guys aren't walking into, and any tower moments are not happening. So we've got the tower reverse, which is a good thing. So you can approach this with, an open, communication and feel that, you can do it. But, um, juggle everything. It may get overwhelming for you. Making sure that you have detail, because I feel that he wants to be able to give you everything. Like he's looking at his pinnacles and evaluating his situation. To be able to make sure that he financially is able to provide that. Um, like there's details that have to definitely be worked out for this connection. Swords and the Ten of Cups. So the union will happen, like guaranteed. You are going to have that happen. Okay. As far as other things you need to worry about, there could be traveling involved with you guys. There could be, kind of setting down your path, marking. Well, it's almost like you're going to be marking your territory. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be, in a partnership, and it's going to be solidified, and you're going to set down your roots, wherever that may be. And too bad for the other guy that lost out on this. You know, he was a little bit late to the rising, but you're going to be, a very strong couple together. You're going to have that strength, that bond for each other. But just see eye to eye and always check in with each other. Keep that going forward. There may have to be some things that, have to be reevaluated. Oh, look at that. We have a jumper. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So it will work out in the end. It will, come together, but it may come together, toward closer to the end. So don't panic. Don't overwhelm yourself with it. Like I said, don't, overwhelm yourself with the idea of the wedding and your personal and your work and whatever, kind of put time for each thing and kind of set time aside for each part of your life on your personal level, right? But you definitely will end up having, more than enough to create that, right? So I see everything coming to a completion. Like the final end all be all is everything's going to come to a completion. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be balanced. Everything is going to not panic. Don't call the fire department because the fire hasn't started yet, kind of thing. If there's a fire, the fire department can be called. You know what I mean? Just be aware of what is going on and really focusing and staying kind of in the now as to what you're working towards, right? But I do feel that you guys will end up completing that. Financially, he may be like, okay, well, she wants this, this, and this. Do I have enough to provide that for her at the current state of affairs? You know what I mean? Like, so he's balancing his checkbook kind of thing to make sure that this can be pulled off without a hitch, right? He wants everything to be perfect. Okay, so never give up on a man that, because they're a little bit sometimes slow to the, like, we're sometimes having to go back to the race and hold them across the finish line, and just kind of give them a kick in the ass to get them moving again. It's just the way guys work. They're a little bit slower in developmental level, they don't really have the ability to think from a logical, emotional side of things. They're more logical, and they disattach from the emotional part, right? So you have to be aware of that. Find out, maybe look into left brain, right brain thinking. Trying to understand that. Kind of gives you a little bit more perspective as to maybe which way you're thinking or he's thinking. Maybe you're a right brain thinker, he's a left brain. So you're having like different, energy vibrations in the way that you guys compute things emotionally. Certain I don't know if it's the right brain that's better, or no, it's the left brain that's actually like mathematics and stuff, whereas the right brain thinkers are more creative. Oh, why is it saying showing? Okay, show, there we go. Okay. So yeah, so if that helps. Okay, so who's next? Megan, Flair, Mike. Not at all. He was very torn. We're having to ban her. Sometimes we're like kind of dumb. Okay, so I missed something in the chat here. Let me just kind of scroll up. I want to know what's going on. Going on 26. Okay, so what is going on with you guys? What? Oh, you guys are talking. Okay, so you guys are just carrying on here. Okay, so so who is Ashley? Ashley, what are you doing? If you already are a subscriber and you've had a free reading, you have to allow new subscribers or new people that have come to the channel to allow them to have a sample reading. New people get first dibs. Okay, so Baby Jane is now. Okay, so next is Keiko is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Keiko is what your name is. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to go with Keiko. Keiko, right? I was going to say Coco, but no, we're that's kind of reversed. We're not dyslexic here, so we're going to go with Keiko, right? Me. Okay, so where are we on the list here? Okay, we have a list. So you guys have to get in with the moderator. We're going to just mark Shane or Sean, no Sean, is as our moderator. So you can, harass his ass tonight. Get on the list and just bother him until he puts you on the list or whatever, his kind of situation is. And we will move forward. So we are going to add the moderator. So now you'll be having a wrench, dude. So you can apply that wrench and, make use of it however you see fit. Okay, so why is it blocking your messages? It's held for review. Why? It's holding your messages for review. Okay, so now maybe that'll help. I don't know. It's sending me a message saying that you're being held for review. Do I need to review you, Shane or Sean? So I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you a wrench for the night. Oh, babies are crying. Hey, relax over there. You guys don't be beating each other up. Okay. Bother him. He's the moderator. I'm relieved of those duties now. Okay, so another model just handled this. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, so he's got a wrench now for the night. he's got I like that Egyptian sign that you have as your icon, your little picture there. Like I was saying, that I come from back from like the Mark Anthony and Cleopatra days. I lived in that existence. I don't have memory of it yet, but I haven't done past life regression yet. That's my next personal journey that I'm going on, is past life. It's going to be freaky, but it's going to be exciting. So that's what I'm going to be working towards, is digging deep into the subconscious there to get that information out. And it's going deep. It's going down that rabbit hole a little bit darker than I want to go, right? So. Nine of Swords. But YouTube blocks it. Okay, here. I'll type it in and see if it works. Okay, so what might be happening is you didn't type it like this. Hang on. Yeah, I have a big fear of water, like drowning. I can't. It just sets me over the deep end if I feel like I'm going to drown. Right. So, and I actually had my go-to lady that taught me a lot of being able to do it. That's how you're going to type it, Sean. So if you get confused, that's copy and paste that every time you want to, kind of pull it up. So like, yeah, I had a woman tell me that the fears that I have in a past life also, and I think that's why me and this partner that I have, that we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with this relationship, if we're going to stay in it or not. There's got to be a little bit more communication. But I was actually pushed off a building by an ex-lover. So I have a fear of heights. I can't go near an edge of a building, anything. Like anything that's got height to it, like even like 18 feet in the air, I can't even go near the edge because I panic. I go through a major anxiety attack. And I couldn't figure that out until I talked to my go-to lady in England, and she was the one that told me, right? The one that I was telling you guys about before in the last one, in the last stream. Yeah, so I found out that I was Titanic as well, and part of being pushed off a building. Suffered a lot in my past life, so I think that's why it's kind of resonating through this lifetime, and relationships aren't working because I'm not wanting to give myself completely that trust that, can I trust this person? Can I be emotionally connected, right, with this person? And a lot of times I'm finding that I can't. I shut down my emotions. I stop that connection because I don't want anybody coming close to me. I don't want to, experiencing that traumatic energy that I've experienced before. We believe that in the past I was actually a Cleopatra that was dating Mark Antony that committed suicide. In this lifetime, that's all I could think about in my younger years was I wanted to kill myself. I didn't want to live. I couldn't live, doing this life by myself, feeling alone, feeling that I didn't have anybody here. And that's exactly what happened after we did the homework. Now, it's been 30 some years later, finding that information out, it makes sense to me as to why I was feeling that way coming into this life, this time around, and being very alone feeling again, right? So past results of being, shoved back in to deal with it, and finally, understanding why I've had these experiences happen throughout my lifetime, and to how to better maneuver those situations. How old are you, Mega? If you don't mind me asking, because I'm thinking that what I got was the World Trade Center for you. That's what I picked up. Was World Trade Center, like energy, like Empire State Building kind of thing. So maybe do some homework, see if there was any situations that happened in the last few years, something that has a synchronicity to do with numbers for you. Look into the number frequencies. But I was getting like Empire State Building is what I saw first, was the Empire State Building. And that's what I heard, Empire State Building. World Trade Center kind of thing, like a high building. So that's what I heard right away as soon as I thought of that. So maybe do, if there's numbers repeating, like how I found out about me and my partner being in Mark Antony time, and we found out that we were actually connected to a fire that happened in a church that burned down. We were in the same building together. I have a fear of that as well, of being, I had a vision where everything was taped over. I couldn't get out of my house, but it was like a burning inferno. And I basically had died in the fire, but I had that vision, that feeling of it, but it was like living it all over again, right? So these are things that happen that you can't make sense of. Sometimes those visions are reason as to some memories that are going through that that I've kind of walked from this side of the fence onto this side of the spiritual level, and things are like a whole different, window, a whole different view is happened to me, and it's like, whoom, now we're gonna put you in it in the raw, like I jumped in with both feet, with no safety vest, nothing. I jumped into my spirituality and didn't look back, because I wanted something new, right? And all this shit came flooding to me, and it was bizarre. Like, I swear on my own life that this is a reality for me now, and I can't make it stop. I can't make it go away because I've taken it and given myself completely to it. I've basically said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm doing this, and that's all I'm doing, and that's the path that I've chosen. Right. So I have an option to leave it if I want and just kind of put it away for a bit, but I don't have an option to shut it off. It's there. I don't, I haven't had an option to disengage from it ever in my life. I've been able to shut it off and not deal with it, but it comes up and rears its ugly head every time. Right. So it's bizarre. It's something that I wouldn't recommend for the faint of heart to do it that way. It will end up putting you in the hospital. You'll think that you're losing your mind and everything is just going to shit, and your brain is literally going into like a meltdown. You feel like your world is coming to an end. You're having that spiritual death can be very real feeling. You may feel like you're actually literally dying, that everything is coming to an end for you, but you're transitioning from that old into the new, like that new earth kind of energy that they talk about. It's bizarre. Like, it put me in the hospital a couple of times because I was like, okay, how do I explain this to somebody? And people weren't understanding it because they weren't awake, right? So it was very difficult transitioning, so I kept to myself a lot. I didn't come out of my room. I meditated a lot. How are you doing, Keiko? Is that right? Am I saying it even right? Ah, okay. Okay, I'm going to try to hardwire my computer into my modem. I'm still here. Chat readings only, guys. No, they don't like it because, I get too many views, maybe. Too many people actually view it. So I guess when it starts buffering, just let me know it's buffering and I'll, kind of, put it into chat and continue the reading, right? Okay, so I waved my magic hand in front of the camera and it went, oh, okay, we're here. Okay, so I've got babies on me. Like, look at this. Like, they're just like laid right out. I don't know if you guys can see them, but I don't know if you guys can see the little ones. I wish I had a way to kind of put the light on these guys. But, you can see this one here. He's like passed right the fuck out. So I don't really want to get up. And I've got the other one that's like laid right against my leg here. They're just passed right out. The energy, the magnetism that we share with these little guys. I helped this first one, the little black one, come rip the bag off and had to take the bag right off because the mom wouldn't. Okay, so we are going to be doing K-pop. Are we good to go? Everybody's cool? Okay. Okay, so we're doing Keiko. We are going to, do you want just like a general or what? I don't know. If anybody's in a rush to get theirs done, then, kind of express that to Sean and we'll see after Keiko how things are going or what direction they're going in. So we're going to pull the masculine deck because I'm feeling a masculine energy around you. Masculine guides could be very well working with you right now. Okay, so Sun, new energy is coming for you. Okay, cool, please, Spirit. What ones do we want to work with today? Oh, they're looking at them, checking them out. I know what card that was. I got a sneak peek at that one, but it's not something that they want to, kind of see. They flipped them. Okay, so let's find out what's going on with this new kind of love energy going on for you. Oh. Okay, Spirit, I only want a limited number of cards, please. I don't want to be doing in-depth readings tonight, please, Spirit. We're not doing in-depth. We did the one. That's okay. We have people on the list, and we want to have the messages only. Okay, so we're going to take these three. That's what ones we're going to use. Okay, so don't take that. Don't walk away from the situation. Don't give up on it. Like what you've given into this relationship that you're currently in, or the connection that you have, you're feeling like you should just leave everything the way it is and just walk away. I don't feel that that is in your best interest. I feel that you guys are on different sides of the fences, kind of talking through the fence right now, if you know what I mean. One's talking, the other one doesn't listen, or the one's talking, the other person doesn't want to hear it, right? So you guys have to set time aside for yourselves to kind of get this communication thing on point. Because you're talking to a wall. When you're choosing moments to talk, are maybe not suitable moments for you guys to have discussions about this communication problem that you're having. Feeling like you guys are throwing swords at each other and throwing those comments back and forth. It's not benefiting you. Trying to make the other person feel like a less of a person, trying to make the other person, kind of pay for what they've said to you. The revengefulness, the vindictiveness has to quit. Okay. Because you're not benefiting the situation at all. Okay. You have to stop. Otherwise you're gonna, he's gonna be making it up to you. Like, you are going to feel like such an ass when he does. Okay. When the opportunity arises that he will, provide that, that apology. He's very genuine with it, and you feel like an ass, most parts, but you'll never show it, right? You'll accept it and just be like, yeah. But like, do it with a little more feeling than what you're doing it with. Like, don't sit there and go, okay, whatever, like, don't do that. Don't. Okay. Otherwise he's just going to be carefree and just, fuck this shit. I'm just out of here. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to ride bareback if I have to on that horse, but I'm getting the fuck out of town, just to get away. So, stop throwing the swords, have that time, and pick those moments when you actually have his full attention. Maybe during sex, when you have his attention, drop a bomb. It may ruin the sex moment, but at least you'll get, his attention, that he'll be paying attention, right? He may do the same thing with you. I don't know. We could pull out the sex cards or the sex reading cards, and we can find out if that's probably a better suited, connection. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking with you. But yeah, just pick and choose when, because the universe isn't shining down on you guys. Like, you're looking at it and they're like, this is really like getting old. Like, we're not happy with this, where this is not something that we want to be part of until you guys kind of figure it out. Then, we'll rain down, positive energy, whether you guys accept it and move forward with it, is your point, right? So don't be taking it for granted, so don't be now. You're getting a very strict fingering of, fuck this shit. Okay, this is enough, and we're gonna step in and separate the fucking two of you, put you in each corner, and that's gonna be the end of that. That's the end of the round. All right. Oh, we got Ashram, baby. Sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. So yeah, so who is next? Yes, I'm talking about the guy you're currently dating. Just keep his attention longer, like he's not paying attention right now. He's got, his mind is somewhere else, even though he may seem like he's paying attention, he's really not paying attention, right? So Tati, you're confused. Well, that's exactly why you're confused, because you're picking the wrong moments. What you perceived your relationship to be right now is not exactly as it's kind of being shown to you, or that you're perceiving it as. You may be feeling that the communication is working for you guys, but in all reality, it's really not there. He's just like tuning you out. But you know, he's doing that, watching the game, and he's like, "Oh yeah, honey, I'm listening," and he's still listening to the game, and you're just like not even coming in, like you're not even being received, right? You know, so you have to grab his attention. When you have it, he's got a short attention. Like he will not stay focused on anything for too long. He'll tune it out and he'll be like, "Oh, sorry, were you talking to me?" While he's watching a football game. You know, probably not the best time to try to communicate. Pick and choose when you want to communicate. All right, so let's figure out what's going for how does Anthony feel about me? He hasn't talked to me for 2 weeks after I did something super sweet for him. We're friends and he's super hot and cold with me. Okay, so first of all, the thing is we are in a Taurus moon, so there's going to be a lot of stubbornness. There's going to be a lot of resistance for people. People are not going to want to move based on the other person's action. We're going to be like bulls. We're going to, you know, be stubborn. We're not going to run when, you know, the Matador wants us to run and charge and do all these things until we feel like we're going to stand very stubborn. You know, we're going to be that bull kind of, no, don't fuck with me, but, you know, I'm not going to give in. Right, so you could be facing that energy because that's what the cycle of the moon is right now. We're in a Taurus moon, right? So that could be the trait that you're taking on, that you want to stay stubborn. Make him, you know, and Pisces are more of an emotional based person. They may be feeling that they're kind of withdrawn, or they could be taking on that Taurus energy as well and being stubborn. So you guys are basically having a standoff against each other, right? So the standoff that you're having or that you're facing could be a result of the moon energy that's going on right now. Is the Taurus moon, and we are in a new cycle, a new moon cycle as of last Saturday. So we're getting into like a peak zone for that feeling and that situation to be arriving, right? You know, and guys are like, you know, kind of when it comes to women doing. Maybe he was just a little bit off because it'd be the man giving the gifts, and maybe he's old tradition, old fashioned. You know, maybe that's the way he was raised. You guys got to move. Yes. Yes, you have to move because my legs are getting cramped here. I gotta stretch my legs. So just take a breather for a sec. Get off my leg and then sit here. I'll move my leg and then you can move back. Okay. All right. So that's said and done. Suffering a bit. Okay, so if you guys have like resolution settings changed to HD, maybe check those as well. Refresh your page. If it comes down to it, if I refresh my page, it's going to cut the stream. So I'm not cutting the stream for the 4th time tonight. You know, you just kind of have to let it work. It's, you know, kind of the glitch is out for you, and see if it doesn't. He could be very old-fashioned and you know, wanting to be the one that is the person that likes to give the gifts. Maybe it is kind of feeling that he's, you know, wanting to do that, right? He could be a very old-fashioned kind of person. He could be, you know, wanting to be the gift giver and just not being able to give you things, right? So maybe he's just kind of feeling out of his element right now. Let's see what's going on in the last cards here. Let's see what's going on with this connection. Yeah, so definitely wanting to get away from that traditional thing is what you're expecting. You know, we've got Temperance, and then we have the Knight of Swords. You know, the Knight in Shining Armor coming to the rescue, wanting to be the provider, the savior, the Knight in Shining Armor kind of energy is what he's wanting. You're wanting the non-traditional kind of way. You're looking at it non-traditionally and being, you know, the one that wants to nurture the energy, right? You know, we do have Temperance kind of in reverse here. So, you know, the only thing that I can suggest for that, the Sagittarius energy, is it's imbalanced. You know, the ideas that you guys have are not being seen as a balanced energy. He wants this way, you want it that way, you want to be able to have this relationship going in this direction. He's wanting to go at, you know, the opposite direction. So you guys are kind of like, you know, clashing with each other right now. You know, you guys have to have the communication as to, you know, don't be offended kind of energy. If I give you something, like, don't feel that you have to give me something in return. Don't let him have that expectation of expecting that he has to do something in return, right? Just let him know that, it's not expected for you to have to reciprocate the love. You know what I mean? Like, just be accepting of the gift that I give, and just deal with it. You know what I mean? Um, don't make him feel like he has to reciprocate it right away, and that's maybe where he's having his conflict right now, with the relationship right now. He wants to reciprocate it, and he may not be at a moment where he can. So maybe it's kind of putting him to the side a bit in regards to the situation, right? Okay, kitties. Okay, my kitties. Okay, so we do have a few extra cards. We're not taking a bunch of cards, please. Not doing in doubt. So can we get like a solution for the situation? What is the best way to approach the communication level for these two, to be able for them to work this out? Because it's a minor problem. It's not a big problem, right? It's not feeling that it's a big problem. Nine of Swords, it's going to relieve your mind now, knowing that, you have to have this communication with him, and just, express that to him, that he doesn't have to feel like, he has to, every time you give something, he has to put something back in return. Allow him to, kind of ease up on that, and not have to have that thought of, traditions and the way that he was raised affecting the relationship. Like, things change, people change, relationships aren't of the traditional sense anymore. Everybody is, changing and evolving from the old world belief, right? So, just let him know that you want to have a more modern relationship, that it's okay to, accept the gift and not have to feel that you have to give something back, like you're not expecting anything in return. And honestly say that, like, if you're feeling that, it'd be nice, but, it's not an expectation, don't say it would be nice, because then you're still implying that expectation. Your intention is still wanting something in return, like being reciprocated, the love that you feel that you would have to have, or that you feel that you should have, is something that maybe you also have to let go yourself, right? Like, there's going to be definitely no heartbreak. He will, come around. He may not be feeling it right now. He's kind of looking into not really looking in the direction of that. And the new beginning has to begin somewhere, and for somebody to make the first move forward in a positive direction is going to be a your cycle, right, between the two of you. And that communication, if you don't communicate, you won't understand, or they won't understand where you're coming from, right? And stand on the same side of the room. Like I said, if you're standing in a room and you're looking from both different perspectives, you're not going to see from that person's perspective. So you have to kind of get together and look from the same point of view. Maybe a little bit, a slight difference, but you'll have, a perfect vision of what this person has as far as relationship expectations, and develop from there, right? All right, so the outcome of this situation, hang on. Half my deck, so half and half. You have to meet 50-50, 100%. And there's a lot that has to be worked out. There's going to be a lot of things that, when you're in a relationship, you're going to have to work it out, and you're going to have to figure it out, and take the time to kind of reflect and say, hey, listen, okay, I want, I have this expectation, I expect this, and if it's something that you guys can work out or figure out, don't just come through the fence when you feel it's needed to, right? Like, don't make that entry and do the offer, and then, recant it later. Keep your communication honorable between the two of you. Build that trust, that strength up between the two of you, right? You have to build something, and you have to start somewhere. So, taking that different perspective isn't always meaning that perspective that you have is going to be the way that you should perceive it, okay? With the Hangman, it's in reverse. So, you're trying to do what? Perspective. Which perspective are you trying to get, right? You don't have to take that perspective for what it is. It's time to flip the eyeglass to the right way up, so you can see things the way that they should be seen. Okay. All right. So next in line, please. Hi, baby. Oh, I have a black cat sitting next to me, by the way. It's very spiritual. So you're hanging out. Hey, are you just hanging out? You coming to hang out? Yeah, my boy. He's my boy. Yeah, that's my little boy. He's my little man. Hmm. You're handsome. You're such a cutie. You are so cute. Meow. And his meow is like, you can't hear him. He's so quiet. He's just quiet. What are you doing? Oh, there's man. There's the boss. Are you coming over? Okay, come on over. Get over the leg. Come on. Come on over. There you go. Okay, so next is, I'm on this new spiritual path, opening my chakras, learning yoga, learning tarot, stuff like that. I just want to know what the cards have to say about it. Oh, what would you like, Bibi? You want me to do that again? You like the sound of those, don't you? Okay, so Mike is next. Hey, Lisa, you made it first stream, girl. Finally. Put Lisa on the list. She needs a reading. She's been trying to hit up this stream for so long, and I finally have it where it's working. So she is definitely on the list. So there you go. So, direction, it's what you want to take from it and apply it if you want to, so you can either take it or leave it, it's up to you. He posted this question at me. Okay, so you want to know about your chakras, what the cards have to say about what your direction and your path you should be your main focus right now. Okay, so what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling for you is that you definitely are moving in a direction. Like I said, be careful of where you're treading. Don't, take that. I feel like there could be a connection happening for you. There could be somebody that is wanting to guide you through this as well. You may end up having like a go-to buddy. Like, I'm not seeing a lover connection, but I'm seeing an energy connection that's going to help you through this, that may come into your life. But I'm not seeing it as a loving relationship. I'm seeing it more as like a spiritual buddy energy that's going to help you and guide you through it. So you might end up having like an actual earth angel energy coming through for you to assist you in awakening your senses and putting you in a direction that works for you on that level. I'm also picking up the Fool is in reverse. Like, the journey that you're on, you don't have to change. Your path is being played out for you. That new journey that maybe you were considering, or the new kind of path that you wanted to take with your journey, you don't really have to, change anything that you're doing right now. You're perfectly where you need to be right now. There's no adjustments that you really need to be making. I'm feeling that, you might be jumping a little bit faster or moving faster than what you wanted to, or that you're really trying to understand. I think you're going a little bit faster than what you should be, and you should kind of slow your roll a bit and just kind of focus on one perspective. Once you got that down to a T, then work on other ones. I feel that it could end up overlapping and cause some confusion for you, right? Extending your knowledge. Person that you're trying to develop right now is there, but it's almost like you're growing faster, or you think you're growing faster than what you really are. Okay, so just kind of slow it down and just focus and really get your intentions and your skills down to a T. It's very important that you have it, so you're not outgrowing, or you're not unbalanced in the growth area. Like, your body's not growing faster than what your energy is. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how can I put this into words for you? You're developing, your body is growing faster than your mentality. Like, like there's the imbalance that's going on for you. You have to kind of slow one, and maybe it's like two speakers. You got left and right speaker. The left speaker is louder than the right now, and you got to fine tune that into that stereo version. the best way that I can explain it, because I'm seeing it as, you're growing faster, or you're wanting to take on more than what you should be right now, with your new journey. Like I was saying for myself, it's not for the faint-hearted. So be aware of that. It's a warning, to say to slow down and really make sure this is, being understood, that you're not having to repeat it, or have to go back and redo anything. Like it's almost like um, grounding your foundation. Yeah, making sure that you have that foundation built when you take on, foundations, meaning in everything that you do. Like you always have to build that foundation for each individual thing. Like you don't build a city on one foundation, you build it on different individual ones that hold each thing. Like it's an individual kind of, one's over here, one's over here. You're building your city kind of thing that you want to live in, right? On a dimensional plane that is not physically being seen, but it's being understood, right? Okay, so we're just gonna do we're just gonna pop Lisa in here because she's been trying to get a stream, hooking into one of these streams to get a reading. So I just want to give her, quick turn here, from what I see from Sean's message there. So Lisa, ask your question quick, and we will get you kind of bumped through here really quick, because I know that you've been. Okay, I'm getting a message already for you. So, making sure that those foundation individual ones, your cement posts for your fence are being built properly, right? So, yeah. Okay, so Lisa, I'm just kind of getting some energy here for you. I'm just kind of going to give you a general, and then you can let me know which perspective you want more clarification on. I'm getting that there's completions coming for you. You've kind of taken away the fact that, you're not filling up every, you have 6 cups in front of you, or 8 cups, or 20 cups, and trying to figure out which one you want to fill first is becoming, you just don't know where to put your emotional parts, how you want to divide it. You don't want to have to divide it. You want it to be just singular, right? You're feeling like you're having to do your love on different levels right now. And it could be the result of the partner being, maybe more demanding on your time, your personal level. But you guys are, ow, baby, don't climb up me. No, that hurts. You have that strength in that relationship. You have that understanding. So focus on that connection that you have with him. And just let him know that you're able to speak your mind with that relationship. Like you're very closely connected. You have the strength card coming in, and feeling, like you're having to be on a conditional love thing, right? And don't feel like you have to do that condition thing, okay? Feel that you have to, kind of have a different kind of love feeling for like different moods of the day for him. Stop chewing my toe. Hey, let go of my foot. And just focus on the one, right? Don't feel, and make that, hey, stop chewing my sock, baby. What are you doing? You are just a little trouble terror. Feeling like you have to have a different emotion for each moment of the day, right? And just kind of bring it all together, and just stand your ground with that. Just keep it all in one. Don't, cut it all up into pieces, and, kind of, cut up that one turtle out of a box of 30, and have to divide one turtle between 30 people instead of giving, everyone their turtle, right? You know what I mean? Trying to put that turtle into so many small pieces so that you can, chew it or whatever. Maybe you don't have the ability to chew a whole turtle and you have to cut it up. That's what you're feeling like, that you have to give 30 parts of your turtle to the 30 people as well, on top of the one that they already have, right? So feeling like that, that direction. So, he's a very emotional person. I'm feeling that he is, a feeling of that Taurus energy is going to come through again. It's coming through again for you. The Taurus and Aries energy. And that's that Taurus moon coming down and affecting people. The stubbornness, the you know, the standoff. You don't want to do anything. They don't want to move in a direction that, you know, is pleasing for them. You know, they're trying to be pushed. They're feeling like they're being pushed in a direction that, you know, they don't want to go, so they're not going to go. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that, you know, that energy, for that Taurus energy, might be reflective of that, the moon cycle that we are currently in. Or it could be like the Leo energy, wanting to have conflict, wanting to find that everything is a struggle, is a battle, and it doesn't have to be a battle, right? So, you know, we are either in a, you know, your energy is either in the Vedic side of things or it's in the Western astrology, right? So I'm just giving you both sides of, you know, the actual astrology parts, Vedic and Western, right? So you could either, you could be taking on the Taurus energy. He could take on the Leo, and, you know, the conflict, the not compatible part of that, you know, aspect that you could be taking on, right? So that's what I'm feeling for you. But that strength card, you guys have that connection that you are able to get past it, like on a normal level. So, you know, just focus on that connection that you do have with him, and just keep that as a reminder, saying, you know, this is working for me. This is where I have to return to remind myself, when I get kind of caught up here thinking too much, I have to come back down to here, to the heart part, right? And work from there. Don't let this run away and just make you all crazy, right? So pull it down to here, pull it into your heart, and focus that, and remind yourself, you know, when you're getting caught up there, right? Hey, Elizabeth. So I'm back. So, you know, if there's anything else you need to know, I can do another reading for you when you have more time. We can, you know, kind of touch base, but it's just kind of to help you, you know, um, get a sample of, you know, where it's kind of focusing a little bit of the energy, and give it a shot. One for Lisa, because she has rounds to do. So, you know, I was trying to get her in. She's been waiting for a reading for like, she actually was able to catch a stream. So all right, so next is, okay, so we're gonna put a cap on the list for right now until we get kind of caught up here. And baby, you get off the computer. Oh, see, here's baby. He's like right here. I was playing with the mouse earlier. It was trying to click it, like smack it, trying to make it work. It was funny. You had to be here for it. But yeah, it was pretty funny. um, So I put Sean as a moderator because I didn't have a moderator at the time. So, you know, if Sean, you want to be relieved of your duties, Elizabeth's here. She can, you know, kind of help you out with that, or, you know, take you under her wing and just kind of show you how things get done. Get her done. Get her done, Elizabeth. You know what's up. You know where to head. You know what needs to be done. Keep them in check. You know what I mean? You know. Anyway, I'm just bugging you, Sean. Just giving you a hard time. Gotta razz the moderator sometime when they first no. I knew she was gonna say that. I knew she was gonna say something. Oh no, he's good. Let him do it. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, so little boy, this is the other little black one. This is my black cat that I have sitting with us right now. That's just wanting to be into everything. Okay, hang on. Say hello. Say hello, baby. Okay, you're not gonna fall. You have a fear of heights or what? You have a fear of heights too? Do you have a fear of heights, baby? Oh, you're okay. See, you're okay. Don't have to cry. See, he's got security issues. Not feeling secure. Should look at him. He's just a big suck. Okay, get up here then. You can sit up there. Oh, you. Wow. Okay. Okay, hang on. You're okay there. You come over here then. Come on. Come here. Come to the front. There. Okay, there we go. Okay, baby. There you go. Okay, so I have to read with you on my neck. Okay, we're doing it. We're gonna get her done. Okay, so who's next? Is Alexia? Are you next? Who's next? Okay, baby. You're okay. You can get down. Yeah, you big boy. Here you go. Whoa. There you go. You want to go that way? You want to go the other way? Go this way. There. Okay. So Alexia, I think, is next. Don't forget me. I mean, my application was failed again. Which one will be my what? Help. Which one will be my job? Your application failed again. See, I haven't been around for a couple weeks, so I haven't been able to do updates for anybody lately. So we will try to see what's going on for you. And I don't know who's next. I know they're only 4 weeks. Like, he's huge. He's twice the size of the other one. If you went in there, just sit there. I have bare legs and I'm clawing at them. Okay, so you and Julie are meant to be together. Ashley, you asked me this question over and over again, and I keep telling you the same thing. It's time to let go of it and allow it. If it's meant to be, it's gonna be there, right? You've come and asked me this question before. I end up pulling the same cards for you. You know, if this is something that you're manifesting in your life and you keep thinking about it because you're not willing to let go of it, you will never see it for what the value of the relationship is. Okay. I'll pull a card for you just to prove the point. You want, right? You're focusing too much on the needy part of things. Okay. It's not something that you need, but this is what you want. So allow it to develop at its time, right? Oh, I must have you confused for that other Ashley then that was here. A different Ashley. We have like 4 or 5 different Ashleys on this channel. So, and I just was thinking that you were the same one that always comes in and asks about the same relationship over and over again. That doesn't want to let go of it, but thinks that there's something to be made of it, right? Okay, so lovers, there you go. So if that was for you, that's what the relationship you wanted. That was a jump card, so it still has the same meaning altogether, right? We have them. Sorry, cat. Sorry, the 5 of Wands here. So the Aquarius, the conflict, reconciliation, making amends, past resentments, working through it. So whatever conflicts that you guys might be facing right now, you can work through it. The battles don't have to be the battles that you had before. They don't have to have that intensity. The intensity that you may have experienced in the past, it doesn't have to be a conflict anymore between the two of you. Whatever it is that you guys are starting to come into a balanced energy together, or in the near future you will be. You are just being a little monkey. Okay, so we've got a couple of jumpers here for you. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so that one was first. Okay, so you might not feeling the union rate at the moment, not feeling like the balance. You may be feeling like his energy is kind of having to be a saver, having to save situations, being called upon, that knight in shining armor to rescue you, maybe is what his perception might be, the rescuing energy, having to save you in certain situations, and is not willing to kind of give himself in that manner. He's not there to be your saving grace when you pick and choose you want him there. Like if there's internal battles or battles that are going on, these are some things that you sometimes have to stand on your own to do, and work through. Going to be there, like you guys aren't going to end up having that 2 of Cups energy. That compassion for each other is going to wear thin, and he's just going to walk and take his horse and trot back onto the future. You know what I mean? He doesn't having to back and rescue you from past, traumas or whatever, or giving you that rebuilding that confidence, that trust, and reassurance that he has to give you on a on his level, he may be having a conflict with that as well. Um, so if you're wanting to heal from the past, it's something that you have to stand on your own ground in your own 2 feet and do on your own. He will be there to support you, but he's not going to rescue you. Okay, he's not going to be your saving grace every time you need help. You have to kind of take some energy and put it forward and do a little bit of the work on your own, right? Because those resentments that you may be feeling, you have to work through them and find it, right? Find that connection, find that balance, and not make it feel like you have to be saved all the time in your relationships. That could be coming from past relationships or other traumas from past lives, even coming into this life and feeling that you need to be, a princess in a castle. It needs to be saved. Somebody come save me, please, and not realizing that you're doing it like on a subconscious level. But having that expectation, thinking that somebody's going to come to the rescue. When you fall down and scrape your knee, somebody's going to come rescue you, pick you up, and put you back on your feet. There may be come scraped it, and it's not the end of all be all, right? So being a little bit more independent and less needy might be something that you need to reflect on personally, and that's just the message that I'm getting through the cards, the direction for you. That you need to focus. I'm going to pull some energy from that. I want to know more about this. Saving you from the swords that are being thrown at you. Like you're having shit thrown at you, and he's grabbing it. He's running around grabbing you, all of these little things that you're throwing from the castle or wherever you are, saying that you're having problems in, and you're throwing these swords down. He's running around trying to pick all the pieces up for you and make sure they don't come to fruition for you, right? He's protecting you. He's guarding you. Your knight in shining armor. He's always there to make things better, right? I think you're relying too much on that. I think you're pulling too much out of that connection, and you're going to end up, working that energy in a negative manner, right? Moving forward, you will get through it. You will manage. You will move forward from this point, and sorry, I was getting a bit here. With the Four of Pentacles, though, he's not having himself recognized. So, like, what he's feeling in his core is not being honored. It's not being respected. It's not being recognized for what he's doing, or there's not appreciation being shown. So he's kind of feeling out of wanting to do that. Feeling like he's not even visible in the with you. Because it's always you first, you first, you first. And he allows you to go first because that's just the gentleman that he is. He'll let you go first kind of thing, right? Like he's got his foundation. He understands life more than what you're giving it credit for. He's got a foundation. He's standing firm on, understanding the abundance, the wealth, the whole aspect of his life is kind of higher understanding. He's taken the time to understand a little bit more. He's come into the knowledge a little bit sooner than some people have, and is creating a better foundation for himself. What do you want, baby? What do you want? You want to wrestle? You want to play? Yeah, he wants to play, so I have to entertain him as well. See, this is what I mean, like learning to balance my energy and putting myself in so many different areas. What do you want? What do you want? Need a rascal? Need a buddy? And he still will provide for you, but learning when to put your hand out and make demands in the future, moving forward with the Queen of Swords energy, standing firm and being stubborn might not be in your best interest for that connection to continue, like being demanding on him and having expectations of him in a certain manner is not going to benefit you in the long run, right? So Kitty wants a reading. Kitty likes the sound of the cards when I shuffle them. That's what he misses. He likes to hear them. He'll sit there and just stare at the cards. While I'm shuffling, he sits there and goes, "Come here." Get over here. Where are you going? You gonna go see mommy? Down the side you go. You go down yourself. Atta boy. And he goes down the side of the bed by himself. Up the bed, down the bed. There he goes. Careful. Right into the bed. He's like, you would swear this kitten was 8 months old, not 4 months. So it's, right out there. Okay, so Alexia is next. Okay, so who am I reading for now? Okay. Alexia. Sorry. Yeah, he can. He and the other one is like passed right out here. He won't. He usually sits there and cries. He's like usually a real big crybaby. But since I pulled the cards out, he's just laid right out, not even moved, not even budged from where he was before. He's curled back up right at my feet, right? So he's keeping me grounded. He's grounding me right now, using his energy to keep me balanced before I fall off the side of the building. Woo! I have fun. I do. I enjoy having laughs and making it fun for everybody here. So, Alexia, yeah, actually, if you want, come back for another reading. I wasn't getting a whole lot for that, but I was just kind of focusing on your energy. Maybe it's what you have to focus on right now for your personal aspect, so it'll have a better reflection into the relationship. So just maybe try to work a little bit more on yourself, have that time to reflect and understand the concept that you're putting into the relationship might not be what you're going to get out of it, right? So if that's what you're putting in, then that's what you're going to get out, right? So you don't want to be a codependent person. You want to still be an individual person within the relationship and be able to have that freedom to do so. And the other person should have that as well. That you don't feel that you need to do it, but something together, right? So, yeah, Lisa, consideration for the reading. Can't wait to get a longer reading and have more time. Maybe a private reading. Hope you have a great night. You're most welcome, Lisa. We will get in. I'll get in touch with you. I'll email you. I do have your email from the last one you sent. I will email you and let you know what is available, or whenever you're best available, we'll touch base. So you have a good shift, and we will see you later. All right. Have a good one. And anything I can do to help out, by all means, just email me and we can kind of touch base on that, okay, as well. All right, smoke break. Sorry, guys. Yes, and thanks for the donation. It's going to be, very well used for the channel. Maybe that'll be enough to buy us a deck of cards. Who knows, you guys? So I'll let you guys know tomorrow if we're going to be ordering new cards, and hopefully we can get another deck coming in, some more spirit animals or a newer deck, but one that I don't have to spend $70 to get, that I can get for less. And, the same deck for, a very reasonable price, not $70, $80 for a deck of cards that I would, the only deck of cards. And if you guys really want to see a really amazing deck of cards, look for the true black ones. They are sold out, but if I ever wanted, a gift from my clients, they could pull in for a set of those for me for Christmas. That's my wish list for Christmas. That's all I have. That's like, I get an orgasm as soon as I see them. Those are the cards that I want for Christmas, and that's what I told the universe. Those are the cards I want for Christmas, and by Christmas I want those cards. So that's what my focus, my intention is I want those cards. They're amazing looking. They're just beautiful. So go look, Google True Black Tarot cards, and you'll look at them and be like, wow, those are fucking hot. They're amazing, really. Really? Well, then maybe it was my connection with you that you had to come and hang out, right? So, especially in the native work, we put it around our house, our certain areas in our home, for spirit, right? To keep, the ill-intended people out of the house. And I haven't put it in my doorway, but they recommend putting, taking a cigarette, on a fresh cigarette, and just taking the tobacco out, putting it at your doorway, and it'll kind of deter the negative energy out, and it'll keep it out at bay, right? So something you want to try. It's just, something that, you know, I do. I haven't done it probably in like a week, you know, so, and it's time to do it again because it's been swept and, you know, moves around. That or salt, one of the two. Mm. 1 second, guys. I gotta see what's going on here. Babies are in the bed and some want to get into the bed. So, baby, you're gonna have to move here. Give me 1 second, guys. I just gotta help some little ones that fell out of the bed. Okay, come here, baby. Little one, come on up here, baby. There you go. There you go. You gonna come back up? Are you coming up here now too? Okay, get up here then. Get up here then. Okay, so let's get back. Come on over. Get up here, little one. Another one's climbed the bed now. See, one goes down, one comes back. You know, I'm never by myself on this bed, ever. Not anymore, anyways. I need something to drink. So cheers to you guys. Here's, you know, juices. Fabulous. Love juice. I like to dip tobacco in the buzz. It's hot. Is awesome. I'm just high in general, so you know, I really don't need a buzz. I'm buzzing already, just like high vibration, just whoo, right out there. Just buzz, 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 right? Baby, what is with you? How come you're spending so much time here? You usually are gone by now. You're usually like off the bed. Me? He's feeling just the vibration. It's like I can feel my feet literally vibrating right now, and he's sitting like near them. So it's like so I can actually feel my feet like literally vibrating inside. Just weird. Boo, it's not buffering on my side. I'm buffed. I'm buffering myself. Maybe that's why, because my vibration is just too high and just it's interfering. The contaminating the wavelengths. You know, it's just like right. So I have fun. I enjoy my life. I'm really, really happy with my life and where I'm headed. It's a blessing every day to wake up and have a good day. You know, it doesn't always work out that way, but you know, it usually ends that way. So, oh, we didn't do the magic trick. Maybe that'll help. No more buffering. Um, there we go. See, look at that. Now it's gonna buffer. Watch. You get buffering now. Just having fun with you guys. Where are you going, baby? Who's crying now? You? Come on. You again? What are you doing back up here? You coming back up? Come on. Get over here then. You too. Come on over. Come on over, baby. No, your buddy. Your little brother. Yeah. So now he's back. The one that just fell off the side of the bed. Okay, so who's next? Now that I'm getting distracted here, I'm not focusing here. Focus. Back. Bring it back now. I'm back. All right. So, you know, and staying there though, you know, is very difficult sometimes for me because, you know, I kind of allow myself to get taken out of that peaceful state of being. And, you know, just by somebody being in a bad mood or anything, it just rips me right out of that peaceful state. And it's like, ugh. Like really, like, why do you come in and disrupt my life? You know, I'm so much happier. I'm happy. I'm living life to my potential and living fully and happy about it. Whereas, you know, I'm getting told that it's miserable. Well, it's because the miserable energy is coming from the person that is standing in front of me because I'm reflecting it back, right? So, you know, you absorb it, you reflect it back, you dilute it, whatever it takes to get back to that peaceful state, right? Meditative state at all times, right? I want to be, I do. We're just going to clear some of the energy away from the deck so that it's not affected, so I wasn't getting really strong messages. So just put my amethyst on there, clear some of that energy. What's going on, little one? Are you awake now too? I put the energy on the amethyst on the car. You wake up. Isn't that weird? But black cats are supposed to be the most spiritual breed or spiritual color in a cat. Like I have a bicolored cat that's gray and white. She's very spiritual. Since she was little, she's been watching, and she was actually playing with an orb one time in my house, and I actually videotaped it, and I slowed the actual recording of the video and till that orb came in, and it flew around. It was like it looked like a little fly in there, like a white like firefly, and I slowed it right down. And in the orb, I blew it up, and in the orb, you could actually see like a small boy wearing a suit. In the like after I blew it up, like the energy that was being shown from that orb that went by, um, it looked like a little boy in a little two-piece suit, little tux kind of, almost like he just came from church energy, and it was on a Sunday at that time. So feeling that he had just come kind of like from church or somewhere where it was like almost like a religious kind of feeling to it, right? That he was like a church boy, and it was bizarre. Um, okay, so same here. So you guys want to know how to do a brief discussion on ways to protect our energy and avoid being a sponge. Okay. For me, how I avoid trying to be a sponge is I just disconnect. Um, I absorb it, but at the same point, it's like I wring it out right away. I don't let it sit within me. Like I can end up absorbing somebody's energy before and manifesting and festering on it, just being, you know, letting go of your attachment to it, the offensiveness that you may feel when somebody says something negatively or acts negatively in front of you, just to kind of take that vibration and lower it. So if you're at a really high vibration and somebody's bringing your vibration gradually down, meditate on it. Just take like a 10-minute breather and just tune it out. Like pretend you put earplugs in and you can't hear nothing. Okay, so imagine this. This is what it's like. So if I'm being negative right now, right, this is what's it's gonna sound like to you, right? So hang on, wait. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me, right? So say I'm being negative and I'm just like, you have. You know what I mean? So were you being like literally, did you understand? You could only perceive that I was angry, but you weren't feeling that energy coming through, right? But well, you'll see in a minute that that um, it'll stop and you won't be able to hear, right? Um, so it's like you have to put those earplugs in, and regardless, you have to literally disconnect from it. You can still be in that moment, but you don't have to be completely connected to that moment, if it makes sense. Or the environment that you pick up throughout the day, clear that energy away so you're not carrying it into the next day, because it can have like that residual effect on the next day. And if somebody is being negative around you, try to just be on a higher vibration, be more laughing, try to bring them out of that high. I've learned over, it's kind of like automatic pilot for me. But when I first started, it was very difficult because I was like coming from a low into a very high. Like I was going like really bad from one extreme to the other for before. Um, but I just learned to just kind of, okay, stop, think, just don't connect to it. Just self-talk yourself, just make your mind busy so you're not absorbing it, you're kind of blocking it, you're not allowing it to even have a presence within your present moment. um, and if you want to reflect on it later, saying, through the day I had this experience with this person, I really hope that their negativity works out. You want to send the vibration out saying, I really wish I could be more of a help to you, but I'm up here and I really would like you to spend more time at a higher vibration. If there's anything that I can offer you a bit of positive energy towards that, I'm willing to offer a bit of positive energy to that. And do this within your mind. Don't physically say it, but do it mentally and see if it, once you start tuning it out, it's like that Stewie baby that goes, mom, mom, mom. And then all of a sudden she goes, what? So you just absorbed that energy, that annoyance. And you just got annoyed, and it achieved what it wanted to achieve, right? That energy manipulated you into that final state of being of that angerment, right? It takes me sometimes how I'm seeing it here, it doesn't always come out here, right? For the most part, when I'm trying to explain something. It takes a little bit sometimes for that message to be translated into a vocal understanding, right? Different people understand different things at different levels, right? So what I explain it one way to somebody and four of you get it that way, but then there's like two of you that don't. So I recompute it, I send it back up, and it comes back out, and it refilters itself back into a different meaning for you guys to understand, right? And that's why sometimes it feels like you may end up hearing like a similar message. It's because you're computing both messages. You're understanding that basic concept, right? So you're hearing that message, but you're just some people don't compute it the same way, or they don't. Their programs are kind of like, rewriting a new file to a computer, right? So you're rewriting on that same channel, but it's going to be a different program. Like it's going to be a different understanding, a different concept, a different language, that most people don't understand. So just computing and self-talk and sending out a vibration of more positivity. Even if you're not feeling it, you have to self-talk yourself back up to that higher vibration. Just tune the world out, like literally stop, drop and roll kind of thing. Stop, drop and roll back into the positive. Okay, pull yourself back into that now moment, from that negative into the positive, into moving forward, right? Don't stay stagnant with that energy. Automatically whoop, and plant yourself back in the moment of now. Okay, if that makes sense to any of you. I don't know. I go like a mile a minute. I'm continually bouncing. I'm like, my vibration is like this, just and a lot of times I go really fast. So if there's something that you are just not hearing, or it's glitching on your guys' side, then feel free to ask me again, and I can repeat it, to where you can understand it, or speak slower, because I can't understand because you're speaking so fast. I have a habit of going no 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 no, and nothing myself now to slow it, what I'm saying down sometimes, right? um that's because you got your channels too wide open. You're absorbing way too much. So you have to, kind of close it down. You have to meditate and close some of that shit down. If you are sitting there and you're finding that you're absorbing too much, you can actually just kind of tune yourself out. Say, I want to close this down. I don't want to be absorbing as much. And, your guides will protect you from it as well. Your guides will end up kind of building like a fence around you, and it'll be like a deflecting fence, like back the fuck up. Like the energy just has to, it's like going through a crowd of people, right? Your guides will end up walking in front of you as your security guards, moving the traffic away so it's not affecting you. You know what I mean? They will build that barrier for you energetically wise, right? And have faith in it. If you don't believe enough in it, it won't work. Um, it's like not having enough confidence. Say you want to go skydiving and not having enough confidence that you'll get through it, you're not going to go do it. You know what I mean? It's not going to work. It's not going to, you're not going to get the full benefit of skydiving and jumping out of that plane for that whole rush thing. You're going to get freaked out, and you're just going to stop, and not, there's going to be no movement. You're just going to be stuck there, right? But, if you just kind of go with the flow and just lead through it, and just kind of keep doing that, the breaststroke to get through the water, out of the reeds and stuff, it will get better. It will, you'll end up getting into an area that you will be able to maneuver and be able to be feeling a little bit freer, that it's not tying you and dragging you down. But you do have to, work at it. It's not going to just happen and magically. You have to train your mind to actually start working in that manner. Over time of repetitiveness for, say, even 30 days, you have to repeat the routine and the task for whenever you're feeling negative energy around you. It's just like, it's like almost like you're stepping out of your body so that the negative energy can just kind of flow through and out, right? That's what it's going to feel like when you start doing the automatic pilot thing. It just goes right through you and out of you, because it's like it's got no place to live, right? There's no place. There's too much positivity. It just pushes that right back to wherever it goes, right? Send it back to wherever it's coming from, and just say, hey, listen, mentally say, picture yourself pushing the energy away. I'm just saying, no, I'm not having it. It's not part of what I want right now. Find somebody else to put that on. Put that shit somewhere else because it's not welcome here. No room at the inn, kind of thing. There's no room at this hotel. We are booked full. Okay, so no room. Sorry. Find somewhere else that's more your style, right? And send it towards wherever, negative energy wants to go. It will find somewhere to live sooner or later, right? It'll find somebody that's going to attach to, right? And you don't want that attachment throughout your day because it will drain you. And that's maybe why so many people are finding that they're getting drained, like disconnect it and not allow it to live in your present, right? You got me at sorry, but yeah. Hey, stop digging at my bum. I know it's a nice bum, but leave it alone. It's not yours. Thank you. Sorry. So let's see. I hate to say this, but my mom is sick, and I hate to say it, I absorb some of her negative energy, and it affects me a lot. Um, okay, so Matthew, in regards to that, um, you need to express that things are just not vibing with you. Sometimes when you have people around you that are negative, just kind of put it out there. If it's like you're going to give the opportunity, you're going to, I heard the best explanation for this from a friend of mine on one of his streams. And the best way that I can put it into words, and it made sense to me, was it's like you keep poking or kicking my dog, I'm going to let that dog off and it's going to turn around and bite you. So you give, plenty of warning ahead of time before you release that pit bull. You know what I mean? The dog is going to bite you. Just kind of check your shit before you decide to come near, kind of thing. And don't be offended if I happen to go off the deep end. I've done this to me so many times already, and I really don't have the time or the patience anymore to accept it into my world, right? It's just not necessary for me to have in my life. And if you want to learn how to vibrate on a higher level and just kind of be a more happy person, then offer that guidance to a person. Offer them, say, well, how do you get through it every day? You do. You learn to survive it, and you learn to, kind of disconnect from it. And that self-talk that you're just thinking about a happy spot. Think about being in the Bahamas drinking margaritas, or just disconnect from that moment and take yourself into a different moment until that moment passes, that storm passes. Or they find somewhere else to go and take it to. Just ignore it. And sometimes at the beginning it gets very difficult because it's like that poking kid. Poke, 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 poke. Okay, fuck, enough, right? You know what I mean? You just get pulled into it. Don't allow yourself to get pulled in for the first, 30, 40 days that you have to work hard at it. And you have to bite your tongue. You literally will put a hole in your tongue by the time you're finished that 30 days of keeping, your emotions in check and being aware that you cannot respond back to that negative, because that's what that negative is trying to entice you. It's like that addiction. It's going to say, come here, I have so much excitement for you. And then it's like, smack, you knew better, know better, right? So don't do it in the first place. Don't allow it to become your now, right? Okay, so what else is there? I had to set those some boundaries with my family, constant negativity. And it is, people not having enough faith in themselves personally to even see it in a different perspective. They're so used to autopilot in the negative. That's all they know, right? So be the bigger person and teach them how to pull out of that negative as well. Once you get it down pat and you understand it, then you can teach somebody else how to do it, right? If we're both jumping in the water and we both don't know how to swim, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? If somebody knows how to swim, it can save the other person from drowning. You know what I mean? And you don't have to start in the shallow end. Don't jump into the deep end and expect that you're going to be able to float in the deep end when you got like 6 feet of water below you, that you're just sinking, and you're bringing yourself down to that level. You know what I mean? You're going to sink with the person that if you both don't know how to swim, you're going to be hanging on to each other and you're both going to go down, right? There's got to be at least one person that understands it, that can, rescue the other person if you're stuck in a situation. You can pull it out and throw that safety ring or whatever it is to that person and say, hey, come on, grab on, let's go and have some fun. Like, drop it for a little while. Don't worry about it. Just take a breather from it. And a lot of people can't because they're negative. That's all they know how to do. So teach them how managing others' energy, and I need to separate myself from it. And it takes a bit to get used to it. If it becomes a serious problem, sooner or later you're just going to say enough is enough, and I have to really disconnect because I can't be around your guys' negative energy. I'm not going to allow myself to be brought into a low vibration. When I'm vibrating high and having a good day, I don't need somebody coming and raining on my parade. I'm having a great day. Leave me the fuck alone, right? Take your negativity to somewhere else and go sink your somewhere else because I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving you power. I'm not giving your negativity any power in my life. And it's not going to have any power over top of me. You know what I mean? You have to stand your ground. And the boundaries is very important. It is very important. I got like 3 kittens here. Hang on. Oh, okay, guys, I have to move my other foot here. You're putting it to sleep. These guys. But yeah, no, we're pushing like 1:30. How long have we been going? We've been going for almost 2 hours. So if there's one person that wants one more reading, we can touch more base on this tomorrow. But I've got, to get myself to bed because I need to get work done tomorrow. And if I'm, staying up till all hours of the night like normal, usually by 2, 3 o'clock, I'm usually asleep. And then I wake up at like 11:30 in the morning, right? So because I'm just drained. But usually after an evening like this, a day like this, I usually end up sleeping for like 12 hours. Like, it just puts me out. I'll sleep till like 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and that really fucks my day up. So, Matthew, you want a reading? Okay, so we're going to finish off with Matthew. It's been a fabulous evening, you guys. I'm very grateful that I've got to do the readings for you guys tonight. It is. It's very difficult. It's something that, it takes practice. You can't expect it to work the first time around. It's like, you never learn anything just snap like that. It takes time, and you have to build that within yourself, right? And put that boundary in place and say, I'm not going to budge on it. And it's very difficult because then you become an internal battle with yourself. Well, maybe just this time, you know what I mean? And then you're giving in. Like, don't give in. It's like, taking that child at the candy store and they're crying and screaming and throwing a tantrum. It takes seasoning to get through that moment of that child screaming, kicking, and screaming for that chocolate bar that they want. Even though you're buying them a chocolate bar, they don't want that one, but they want the other one. And you just buy it for them, and you take them out of the store and say, listen, you either want this one or, I'll take it back, and that's all. You will get nothing. You know what I mean? It's like almost like retraining a child, training a child to have a, program that child into, a better person or a more valuable asset to get tired here. That's why I'm not doing any more other than BB and the reading was end. No, I'm not. I'm not sure who was on the. Yeah, I'm almost like, I usually can't do more than like a couple hours without at least like a 20-minute break here. So Alexia Lane vlogs. Okay, so what's going on with Alexia? Alexia, is there something specific though you wanted to feeling like you're offering too much, and you've got so many different things going on right now that you need to stop putting your energy into so many different avenues right now. Take what you've got going on your plate, kind of complete some of them before you invite new energy into it or new experiences that you're taking on is basically what you should just kind of focus on right now. Where should she go with her life purpose? What is, anything you want to dream. We have the star card. So all your dreams and everything that you want to manifest, so long the capability of doing, give yourself the opportunity to impress your own self, right? You'd be amazed as to what you can do with those ideas that you have going on for yourself. The creativity part, being fake energy, like, it's like you haven't seen a friend for a long time, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, you see them at the, shopping mall, and it's like, oh, hey, and they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? And putting on that charade of energy, you may find that people are, not going to start doing that with you, that you're going to end up having those more solid connections going on moving forward. You're able to recognize them more and be aware of that. Give yourself, don't overextend yourself, but give them a little bit of help. Extend your hand and say, do you need a helping hand? I see that you're having a little bit of struggles. I'm sorry that I haven't been available, but I've got so much, been busy. I have these things, and I'm taking some time for you, and unfortunately I don't have you know unlimited amount of time like I used to, because I'm changing, things are going on for me, and I really have to kind of get moving on things, and you know just be honest when you're being direct with them, right? Just be, you can't sit on my doorstep every night expecting me to have a conversation with you like we used to in the past. People change, people are different, doing different things, and things grow, right? You get more busy. It's like me and my kids. I don't talk to them as much. One's going to college in the States. You just kind of go back 30 seconds in this stream and see if it kind of lessens the buffering for you guys. Oh, you're most welcome, Matthew. I'm gonna be doing. Please come back, Matthew. It takes a lot, especially when you're used to being up here. Lower it down a bit. Time to get ready for the Thera sleep, right? So I know that there was one other person, BB, wanted a reading as well. Right? So BB, was there a question or something that specifically wanted answers to? Like, even the babies are all passed out here. Like, their energy, they're beat too. But I'm using their energy right now. I'm sucking the life out of them to get me through this. So I'm working on it. So I'm gonna have a smoke while I keep doing this with you guys. It's the only thing that I'm still able to do. Channeling energy for they're passed out, like literally they're bonked, and mom's sitting over there crying and meowing and calling for them, but they're sleeping, mama. They're sleeping. Yeah, they're sleeping, mama. She gets panicky when they're not all with her. Muse, they're here. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay, mama. Come here. Yeah, she just wants me to make sure that she knows that they're up here. I'm glad that my day is almost done. I'm very grateful. So let's see what's going on for Vivi. Do you want just a general, or do you want specific situation that you want direction in? Questions or insight, clarity? Let me know. Oh, clarity. The application for a job. What is going on with this manifestation of this employment that she's trying to achieve? Are you maybe like overthinking it? Over being a little bit maybe overzealous and not allow what you want, and start thinking and make an image in your mind of the perfect job or the perfect experience that you want to acquire, and do that repetitively for even a week. Try a week and see what it brings you. Like, sit back and say, okay, well, I can picture myself, I kind of want to be in an office, or I want to be on the road, or I want to experience different different offices, and be able to move around. I don't want to be stagnant in one thing. On a blank canvas, and you have to image yourself as if you want to be in an office as a receptionist, and picture yourself behind the desk answering phones, doing missions back out for the job that you're to be. That seed doesn't just, you put it in the seed, it's not a magic bean, it's not going to grow right away. You have to manifest it and think about it and detail it, because you're just kind of running around with your chicken with your head cut off right now, just like everywhere, and just feeling like you're not achieving anything, and you're getting caught in that wave of, now I'm not achieving anything, I'm not successful, I'm not. Revamp the resume that I want. You know what I mean? Make it stand out for what you are wanting, the desire of the employment that you're seeking, right? And do it for a week. You can fine tune it, on a daily. There may be something that might pop up when you do it in the evening and say, oh yeah, I forgot about that detail, that I want that part of, the creation of the job that I want, right? So being aware of that, because you may be going for jobs where there's like so many other people looking at the same job, and they have 100 applications for one position. There's going to be a lot of competition involved, right? And dealing with that competition, on a better level and a better understanding that you can But travel might be a consideration for you. Think about the travel part or the aspect of the traveling involved in the employment. And I think that you will achieve it. You know, determination is key point here with you. Staying determined, staying focused on that. Don't give up because it's not working. You know, pick yourself back up. That's just a direction of what you're wanting as your employment. Okay. So the outcome of this can be, you know, it can either stay the way it is and continue down the path, and the experience continuing, you know, banging your head against that wall now for employment, or you can sit back, take the time, and do it twice a day. It's like taking medicine. Give your body the medicine, or your experience the medicine that you can get through you, or get it through. To, you know, kind of heal that negative energy and bring it up to a higher level of vibration, right? So in the morning before you go to get your day started, just kind of sit back and wake up and say, good morning, I'm having a great day. This is what I want to kind of focus and wipe your slate. So now you're going to erase it and restart the day. Get recognized, but I don't feel there's enough effort being done on you're kind of like in the background going, oh yeah, okay, I'll do this one. You know, it's kind of like, okay, well, you know, I'm kind of stuck at this one, so I'll put my hand up if I get called on, then, you know, well, if I do, I do. You know, like I don't do it. That you should be putting more effort into this instead of just being so hard on yourself and bringing yourself down and just feeling like you're in that rut. You don't have to be there. So try giving this a shot. Let me know in a week. Come back and, you know, if there's something that you want, you know, guidance on for an application, um, let me know and we can do a reading on it. And I'll do whatever I can from my end to help you with it, keep you moving in that vibration, the higher vibration, to keep you going, right? Keep you going and keep you motivated. Be your boot camp instructor for the week, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I'll have to be committed every day of, you know, twice on Sundays kind of thing. And that makes me accountable for me having to be accountable to get up that mountain together. We're going to get it done one way or the other. We're going to get something done. Okay. Kind of like, you know, you just kind of just need to, sooner or later, it will work itself out, right? Soon enough, you know, but you have to wait sometimes for that moment to happen. And then all of a sudden, snap like that, it'll happen. Overflow of too much energy around, and you're just, you know, not focusing on the energy that you need to be intended, you know, having those intentions on, right? So, and it's hard, you know, like sometimes if you're not used to doing it on 24/7, like for me, I can wake up in the morning and wake up in the most miserable mood. In 10 minutes, I can have like a total switch around my mood. And then it's like, okay, Karen, don't put yourself in that mood because this is going to be a good day. And I have to do the self-talk to get myself, you know, motivated, you know, but I still have to pull myself up and say, listen, you still have to get through this day, you know, repeat it and reset it the next day. You know, a new day is going to come tomorrow and we have a new chance at changing it and taking a little baby step to change it once, you know, one thing at a time. You know, don't take on 17 things if you're just learning to walk, right? I don't think you're going to start running when you're just learning to walk a new kind of energy path, right? So that's the best advice I can give. Have potentials that you may not even be aware of that might be an asset in the employment that you're looking for, but I think you might be limiting yourself as well, like shutting yourself on to what only you think that you know, but you may know more than what you're allowing yourself. So you can end up having that kind of show up for you in your pictures. Or, you know, you might have, you know, a moment where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I know how to do this. That might be an asset or translate into an asset. You know what I mean? And just being, you know, very well aware that you may have more to give than what you're giving yourself credit for, right? And for the universe to kind of work with you, you know, a little bit more, right? So we just can keep moving forward and take each day as it comes and each moment, you know, we never know what the day is going to hold for us, but, you know, if we can kind of stay one step ahead of it, then, you know, it's better to be one step ahead than, you know, I'd rather be the tomato on the other side telling the other tomato, catch up. You know what I mean? Right? I don't want to see the catch up happen. You know, you should be right there and already be caught up. Not the ketchup, right? The tomato, the ketchup, right? So just be happy, smile more, and spend, you know, in the morning and evening, and reflect on your day in the evening and see what has come up for you. All right. So this is my day, this is my time that I have to disconnect now. I have to get rest. That way then we can kind of reflect on our day, and if there's anything that you guys clarification on at the end of the day, by all means, show up here and we can do a late night hang and kind of work through that energy and direction for you guys. All right, so this is it. Me saying good night to y'all. Have a good night, sleep well, and don't let things keep your mind going. Just kind of shut them off and say the day's over. It's now time to rest and reset that energy field. Okay, so much love to you guys. Thanks for showing up and hanging out. It means a lot, and I'm grateful that I could be of service to you guys. So have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Okay, we're still waiting for it to shut down. I don't know if you guys can hear.